Sentinels of the Multiverse. It is time for the weekly one-shot, and if you look at the time left, I am recording this Tuesday morning, mere hours before uploading this. This is a first for me, but anyway, we are in system shock. The heroes step cautiously through the darkened metallic corridors. The Omnitron force site had been dormant for some time, but the Core monitoring system had detected some anomalies. Absolute Zero looked around. Thought this place was on ice, and it doesn't look any different. What gives? The group looked at Omnitron X. Minimal activity levels detected. Activating secondary scanning subroutines. Warning, foreign element detected. Composition unknown. Purpose unknown. Threat level Omega. Haka grinned and charged forward, ready to meet the enemy. So, we are going up against Challenge Mode Progeny. We're given Haka, Dark Visionary, Scholar, Freedom 6 Absolute Zero, and Omnitron X. So, let's see how we want to do this. Okay, I'll explain a couple things before we get into game. So, we have two ways to mitigate damage here entirely for one round. We have Ground Pound from Haka and Offensive Transmutation from Scholar. From there, we also have Twist the Ether from Visionary to weaken his damage even more. And we can turn his damage into fire or ice for Absolute Zero. It's also going to help for Omnitron because you can turn it into something that his coatings block against. So, a few different ways to go about this. And if you notice, it's not a random, so let's just jump right in. We'll go from there. I'll read his card when we get in. Kinda would like this to be uploaded on VidMe in one piece, but I'll just split it into two if I have to. So I don't think Progeny says anything to anyone. I have to actually look at the Knife Nemesis battle, see if he says anything to her. Haha, battle. This will be fun. But yeah, Progeny is the nemesis to Knife. You can't see her icon here, though. So, his title is Vassal of Destruction, even though I believe he's one of the Scions of Oblivion. So he enters on this side up. Cards are revealed from the deck until a Scion is revealed and put into play. Everything else goes back. At the start of the turn, if there's anyone below 10 HP, he's gonna flip. And at the end of the villain turn, he deals each hero target 2 energy damage. Now, because he's challenged Progeny, he is the ultimate Scion, as in Scion cards do not destroy other Scion cards upon entering play until there are 5 or more in play. Normally it's 3, but they want to make our lives difficult, what can I say. Then on his flip side, he's the Cosmic Annihilator. This is what happens when someone gets low. It ignores decoys and anything else that you put out. It's only focusing on hero cards. So once it's either you eliminate a specific target or you heal them up enough, he'll flip back. At the end of the villain turn, he deals the hero card with the lowest HP, hero -1 radiant damage. So keep in mind with Twist the Ether, we can turn this into something else to kind of mitigate it. But the best case scenario actually is for Scholar to be in that boat because he can, 1, heal, and 2, with 2 Flesh to Irons, he can withstand this 4 damage like it's nothing. It's then that you have to worry about Scion of the Flame boosting his damage. And we'll go over our hands in a moment. So Scion of Flame. So that's going to cause 2 damage across the board. Then he plays Time of Tribulations to boost his damage even further, so he's going to hit everyone for 5 here. So, big opening turn for him. So if you don't know what Scion of the Flame is, boosts his damage by 1. It stands waiting. A challenge we should be prepared for. The worst, my friends. A challenge. We should be prepared for the worst, my friends. I misread that as a comma. And that's Haka that says that. So you want to start off with a melee because we're going to lose our equipment to Time of Tribulations. So boosts his damage, destroys itself at the start of the turn, but he's going to wipe out 1 equipment card belonging to each player, then destroys the Scion of Fire and this. I can't keep ahead of it. It's like it knows our every move before we do. And then we're going to hit him with the melee, because I need cards. So that gave me Tomoko. So we don't want to play any other equipment cards. As such, I'm going to play Twist the Ether and slap this on him to mitigate his damage. And then we're going to start manipulating his deck. So Turmoil, Progeny. So we can either put out another Time of Tribulations, or we can put out an Elemental Outburst that can be completely nullified by Visionary. I wonder which one we're going to do. Now we get a demoralization. I just realized I didn't retwist the ether. What the hell's going on? Citizen Hammer. That's the artist for the game, I believe. As for the melee, this club is as much of me as my fist or my leg. Let me show you. As for Scholar, we want to keep moving. Come on, seriously, give me something to work with here. And we're gonna have Flushed Iron. Show me your worst. I've weathered more than you could guess. And then we're going to use Truth Seeker so we can actually hit him and generate card draws. We do not want to go crazy with the Flushed Irons right now because we do not have enough cards to sustain all of them. And we get an Offensive Transmutation so we can start mitigating his damage. We got Proverbs and Axioms that I'm probably going to throw away, to be honest. It's mere healing here. As for Absolute Zero, we are going to do the module installation. It gives us a Horror Fire. We want to draw the Cold Suit. And then we're going to play the Thermal Shockwave because there's nothing else for us to play here. If we play the Cold Suit, it's game destroyed. Then we'll hit him with our power. And crap. What to wear, what to wear. By opening all the apertures in his suit, let in the scorching air, Absolute Zero can produce quite a chilling effect. So, let's see. I'm going to take, I think, 1 energy damage here, so I can play the deployment unit. Or wait, that's going to get destroyed, never mind. We're going to play the subroutine, and I know Omnitron's top card is his healing component. I forget what it's called offhand. I'm going to sacrifice it because I need to get through my deck faster. So Innervation Ray, that's what it's called. I'm going to toss this into play, but it's a sacrifice, keep in mind. What trickery is this? Revitalizing one's allies is as important as protecting yourself. We get a Techno Pursuer that's going to hit all of us for some damage. I want Omnitron to be the lowest, actually, because I can withstand a lot with my coatings. So, there goes the May Ray and the Innervation Ray. Slant of Flame and Time of Tribulations goes away, followed by an Elemental Outburst. It's going to hit Haka. We can turn that to Cold and reduce it. Cold and reduce. Cold and reduce. So, before we go forward, I'll read the flavor text. Get her out of there. She's no match for that thing. But for Omnitron, we're trying to race towards this elemental exochassis, in case you're wondering. Once we do that, we actually withstand a lot of what Progeny's going to throw out, even without Twist the Ether in effect. So for Haka, we want to use the Taiaha so we can start working down the Techno Pursuer. Using the Taiaha is all about balance. It also helps be stronger than everyone else. So, -3 for him, and -3 for you. And you know, I never actually read the flavor text on the environment cards. The Pursuer is almost on top of her. Miranda knew that she could manage it. She can manage a thing to fight the robot, but before it got to her, she didn't have much time. So if you don't know, Miranda is the Idealist. You may not recognize her there. So we're going to put out a demoralization so we can start chipping away at him to start returns, and we're going to use Turmoil once again. So we're going to do another Elemental Outburst since we can block it. And as for demoralization, Vision's the most awful feature. It would be rather disheartening. We get a Mind Spike that I'm probably not going to use. And like I said, we're going to sack Proverbs and Axioms. So I can do an Offensive Transmutation here so I don't actually have to worry about his damage. Stop. Just stop. Don't you think you've done enough? I don't know if that's Apostate or who he's hitting there. Because it looks kind of old. It's just I don't know if Apostate hides his age or something. And now that I think about it, I didn't read Truth Seeker, did I? The truth is power. Your lies are feeble at best. And that's Gloomweaver. Gain a Philosopher's Stone upside the head. So right here we want to use the apertures to boost our overall DPS. Then we can use our power to hit him for 3 instead of 2. We're moving up, folks. We got a heat suit. So I'm going to play the Electro unit here. And then I'm going to power myself. So let's see, if my markings are correct, this is Flechettes. We're going to put this in play to kill the Techno Pursuer. We're not going to destroy any of our ongoings. Got another Electro deployment unit, which is pretty handy. Out comes the conveyor panels. Really annoying, because that's going to speed up the environment card plays. Elemental Outburst. Wish we could have seen this coming, you know? But it's actually denied. So here I want to use Tomoko to mitigate damage, and I keep thinking this is an E instead of an A when I'm looking at it from normal size. These markings I wear on my face? I did them myself, with a sharp stick and snake venom. And you're going to punch me? So if I had to twist the ether, I could turn this into something that maybe someone could play with, but I don't. So we could punish the weak. Unfortunately, environment targets are going to ruin that from doing anything. Right here we want to play Foresight because he has a lot of ongoing destruction, so I want to get as many ongoings out as potential sacrifices as possible. So we are going to use Turmoil once again. And I almost forgot. Memories, visions, reality. They're often quite difficult to distinguish. And then we want the Inevitable on top because I don't have any ongoing destruction to take care of obvious futility. This is going to pull an ongoing card. It's going to stop us from playing cards, to be exact. And I'll read its text now. I cannot hold it back for much longer. The Adept. So, truth be told, one of the things I was hoping for with Visionary was I'm looking for... I'll get back to this. Let me deal with this first. So we're going to get rid of No One to Cut Loose. Okay. So the card I really wanted for her to play was Mental Divergence, because this allows me to destroy an ongoing card on my turn. Because if you want to know what the highest ongoing card in his deck is, is it Hour of Reckoning? This one, yeah. So we're going to lose some ongoing cards with this, but if you notice, we can't play any cards. For Scholar, we need to get some cards. Let's do a Transmuted Recovery. You gotta bring what you need. Expect the worst. I can get rid of Expect the Worst next turn, but in the meantime, we are going to Truth Seek him upside the head. Never underestimate the value of 40 winks. Or 80. Don't dismiss anything. So that card can cause you a lot of trouble. Anyway, we need to get our Cold Suit out and play. Keep in mind, the ongoing destruction is going to kill this. Then we'll hit him for 3. So... I'm going to play the other unit. I'm going to draw a card. Give me an Ablative Coating, which I'll put into play. And then I'm going to power myself. Now, if my deck markings are correct, it's going to be this card that's on top. Let's see. If this doesn't work, I need to remark my deck. Then we're going to use this to pull the Elemental X chassis. Give me the Bio Beam, which I'm going to need. And we got a Focus Plasma Cannon, but I can't play that this coming turn. So Conveyor Panels pulls the top card of the Environment deck, which is the Overcharged Systems, which causes additional environment plays. I could throw away a plethora of cards, it's just not worth it. And I need to kill this thing. It's going to kill one of my components. Or no, it'll kill the Conveyor Belt first. Now comes the Techno Pursuer. So we're going to skip that. We're going to destroy the Cold Suit because I can get another one. And then we're going to get rid of the Conveyor Panels. Scholar's going to kill the Accumulator for me. So, due to the Reactive Plating subroutine, we can reflect this. there's the inevitable Hour of Reckoning. Man, I wish I could have seen this coming, you know? I cannot reform without risking destruction. We must bide our time to be afraid. So this is where that Twist the Ether really comes in handy. So Haka will not take any damage, neither will Omnitron or Scholar. Visionary and Absolute Zero will each take 1 though. If I had kept the cold suit out, I could actually turn this into healing for AZ, it's just not needed. So, we can't play any cards, let's just do the Taiaha. We want to hit the Accumulator. And then we want to hit him. We get a Ground Pound. Now, unfortunately, Demoralization only hits villains, doesn't hit the environment, but we can try to peek into his deck. Okay, I had to walk away for a second, but last thing I did was apparently I used Turmoil. So, there's 2 cards here. You have Beginning of the End, which is like one of the nastiest cards in his deck. It wipes out the environment, your ongoings, and your equipment. It's not as bad as Citizen Dawn's Devastating Aurora, but it's like the number 2 in terms of how, well, I'd say Omnitron's deck has worse stuff, but this is right behind that. So, clearly you do not want this. We're too late. It's already in Megalopolis, and I don't think we can stop it. I'd rather have a Scion of Flame, to be completely honest. So we're gonna put that on top. So I'm still in the part where I can't use powers. So I'm going to sacrifice Expect the Worst. And I can still Truth Seeker to get a little bit of damage off, but you want to kill the Accumulator, don't forget that. We got another Offensive Transmutation. So I can't play this just yet, but I wanted Scholar to kill that because Absolute Zero will deal 3 damage, which is more valuable than 2, even though it doesn't really matter when your opponent still has over 50. So can't do anything here. As a result, my units are automatically set to draw. Defensive Blast is actually not bad when the Omnitron unit gets out. So if I had Flechettes on top of my deck, I could pull them now. It's just I'd have to... Actually, I don't think there's a way to have them on top at this point. So, I will use my power on... Do I want to use this on myself? I'm going to use it on Visionary. Her top card is Brain Burn. I want to get rid of it. Okay, it's actually Rust the Mind. So the Omnidrome comes out. I'm not going to do anything here. Skip that. So I can redirect this at the cost of some hit points for Visionary. My other option is I could have tried to save that for the Omnidrome, but it doesn't really matter. So if I do this... I think I'd rather have Omnitron take it, to be honest. Because then I can reflect this. So this is going to deal damage across the board. I take 1, which I can then reflect. So since everyone has to choose something, I'll just choose for me. So I think I'd rather get rid of Foresight, because I'm not really using that. We're gonna get rid of Flesh to Iron, because I need Truth Seeker for cards. Thermal Shockwave's gone, Reactive Subroutine is gone, Hour of Reckoning is gone. Out comes Sign of Flame. So I don't have Tomoko anymore, so I'll take 1 point of damage. I don't have Flesh to Iron either, so only Omnitron's going to evade the damage here. And that's only if you stick to something that his routine, or his Exo-Chassis will block. Almost clicked the increase by 1. So the Scion of Flame is increasing the damage here to offset the damage reduction from Twist the Ether. So I want to get another sacrifice card out. Yeah. So I'm going to kill the Omnidrone here. So first things first, we want to use the Taiaha. We want to hit him. And the Omnidrone. I need to make sure that it has 8 or lower. Actually, yeah, it really didn't matter. I'm gonna Mind Spike the Progeny here. Actually, well, I can Hemorrhage here. Hemorrhaging will allow me to kill the Techno Pursuer too, but I actually don't want to do that. So in case you're wondering what exactly I'm thinking, Rest the Mind will kill it when I redirect its damage. It's going to take a massive chunk of damage when Omnitron plays the Defensive Blast here. And the Defensive Blast is going to kill the Omnidrone because it's Omnitron's nemesis. This is Omnitron 5 or something? It might... I don't actually know. It might be Omnitron 3. Construction bays thrummed to life, and a glowing ocular lens rotated to stare at its future self. Omnitron 10 was confused. I have no memory of this event. So we're gonna Mind Spike. No more Dawn. I've had enough. And I guess this is part of the reason why Visionary is supposed to be the nemesis of Hammer and Anvil. So we can either do another Hour of Reckoning, or I can take a Scion card. Since I don't have any ongoing destruction, we are going to do Form of the Harbinger. We get a Brain Burn. So for Scholar, we need to keep moving to get a Flesh to Iron out. So I'm going to do Don't Dismiss Anything. Since I have the Brain Burn out, Visionary should be safe here. Choose for me, top card into play, which is going to be Ground Pound. Actually, wait a second, this will survive. Because of this. So we're gonna get rid of Haka shielding and the melee. Almost forgot. What I want to find is the truth. What are you looking for? Visionary, top card. Oh my god, double Brain Burn, so she's dead. Top card for Scholar, Alchemical Redirection. So had I done him first, he could actually absorb that for her. And that did shuffle his deck, by the way. Or no, that puts it at the bottom of his deck, I think. Top card for Absolute Zero, which is his Heat Suit. Top card for Omnitron. We don't actually want that, though. I believe his top card is a Self-Sabotage. So I want to pull... this. So now you know, don't do that with Visionary. Although she has kind of reached the limit of her usefulness, to be honest. So right here we need to get a new Cold Suit. But the laws of thermodynamics have more to do with... Look, buddy, all I know is fire gets all weird around me. Cold is all a matter of perspective. So let's hit him for 3. So I want to play this. And I'm just going to play the defensive blast here. So we're going to fire this into him. We're going to put the... Yeah, we'll do Bio Beam now, I guess. We're going to use the defensive blast. So we're going to sack the ablative coating. So 4 damage to him, 8 to Omnitron, and 4 to the Techno Pursuer. Resource Recycler. Oh, man. That's bad. So up comes the Omnidrone. And we want the Techno Pursuer back in play. We do not want the Accumulator. So I do need to go over there and wipe those out. Form of the Harbinger. This is going to pull Scion of Blight, I believe. So every time we hit him, we have to sack a card. So I'm going to do Tomoko, Taiaha. We want to hit him. As for who can sack a card, we're going to start with Absolute Zero because we don't need all these heat suits. And I'm going to take a lot of damage if I don't kill this. This wouldn't be as bad if I could knock him down low enough, but keep in mind the environment hitting him will still force me to discard. It doesn't matter who hits him. We get a Rampage. So I'm going to give a card draw over to Absolute Zero. So I'm not entirely sure who this is. I want to say it's one of the Scions from Oblivion. Probably the Dark Visionary herself, if you actually know her story. Hey, the heat suit I just threw away. So I'm going to sack Solid to Liquid here. So I can use Keep Moving to get another Flesh to Iron out. And then I can use Alchemical Redirection once again. A lot of people die. That doesn't mean you're going to die. Too late for Visionary, I'm afraid. And I'm going to punch him because I want the cards. Now, since Sign of Blight only works the first time each turn, I was kind of hoping I'd have Cold Snap or, So actually I could have thrown this away and gotten it from the Resource Recycler, but oh well. So yeah, we're going to play the Crowd Chamber. Last heat suit. So I was hoping for... God, I'm trying to remember. Cold Snap, and the other card is Impale. Since those would hurt him more, since this only works the first time he's dealt damage. So if you can hit him multiple times per turn, it's not that bad. So I'm going to draw a card. Not bad. I'm going to go ahead and play that right now. I'm going to get this one so I can just start hammering him. So I'm going to have to discard here, and Omnitron has cards to throw away, so goodbye Self-Sabotage. Then we'll hit him with the next Plasma Cannon. We'll get the subroutine out. And I need to... So for the Resource Recycler, if I leave this alone, I can actually pull out another Techno Pursuer or something. So let's Defensive Blast. Actually, I may be forced to change to my elemental exochassis after that. Let me read this real fast. The top card of the trash pile is an equipment that goes into play. That's at the start of the turn, so yeah, that's gonna pull it out. Oh well. So 4 damage to him, I should be able to end this next round, I think. Techno Pursuer. Conveyor panels. Skip. So this is going to be kind of painful for Omnitron. Or wait, it's all going to get redirected into Scholar, so never mind. Didn't get rid of Singularity. And Lois is Progeny. So here I have to throw something away, like the Melee. So this is actually going to clean me out. Yeah, we can get rid of these, that'll work. Goodbye, Resource Recycler. Gonna get rid of the Cryo Chamber. And the Conveyor Panels. So Progeny is going to die on Haka's turn. The Inevitable. So he's going to deal more damage. Except Scholar can kind of take the heat. This he's going to get hurt by, though. So what I do here really doesn't matter, but we're going to do Punish the Weak because he's weak now. And he's not even worth the Taiaha. I'm just going to beat him with my bare damn hands. So there you have it. Minted. Not really that bad. Visionary got kind of screwed with the double brain burn, but yeah. Not much I can do about that, I'm afraid. But now that you know about that, you can play them out of order and choose not to play anything for her at all, which is probably the wisest choice, since brain burn doesn't really do a lot to help you here. And I have to admit, I thought the environment was going to be a lot more annoying than it actually was, but that was somewhat tolerable. Anyway, I'm good to call it quits here.